Good evening, the Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Harsha Silva, the Secondary School Principal of the Overseas School of Colombo, Ms. Claire McQuillan, the COMUN Faculty Advisor, Dr. Daniel Lundin, the COMUN Secretariat, the Executive Committee of COMUN 2022, the administrative staff, faculty advisors, and dear delegates. Welcome to the closing ceremony of COMUN 2022, the 28th session. My name is Teddy Singha.
My name is Chatma Eva, and we'll be the masters of ceremony for this evening. It's an extreme honor to have been given the opportunity to host the closing ceremony of the 28th session of Colombo operated with Model United Nations, the oldest Model United Nations conference in Chile. This year's theme of reimagining multilateralism and reducing uncertainty endowed the framework for the conference topics, which led to these past 3 days of intense debate, which enabled delegates to produce profound and compelling methods to allow nations to collaborate in solving global crises.
The COMUN experience is meant to be a transformative one for both novice and established delegates. We seek to find contemporary solutions for age-old and transpiring problems by integrating our evolving conception of politics to social conflicts. This is to say, the approaches that we take to solve conflicts would be constantly evolving through time, and we in COMUN endeavor to stimulate a mindset in our delegates which is very adaptable to the transforming frames of power and politics. To help create sophisticated minds which provide novel solutions and ask provocative questions is what we hope to have instilled in the delegates involved in these 3 days of conference. On behalf of the entire COMUN Executive Committee, we hope you had a great session and that COMUN 2022 provided you with a platform to look at the world through a different lens while introducing you to new perspectives.
We now want to call upon the secondary school principal of the Overseas School of Colombo, Mrs. Claire McMillan, the COMUN faculty advisor, Mr. Daniel Landine, and the Secretariat, which includes the Secretary General, Sanya Pasricha, the Under-Secretary General, Shaheen Abdul Ghani, the President of the General Assembly, Tarika Navinga, the Head of Operations, Saisha Samphan, and the Head of the Administration, David Morris, to lie with the oath.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Thank you, and please be seated. We would now like to invite the secondary school principal of the Overseas School of Columbia, Ms. Claire McMillan, to speak with you.
Students, advisors, delegates and supporters, welcome to the closing ceremony of COP22, the 28th session of this Model United Nations. Over the last 3 days, you've been immersed in debate and discussions surrounding this year's focus of reimagining multilateralism, reducing uncertainty. And what an apt decision it was to take this as your overarching theme for 2022. Multilateralism itself is a term I am sure some of you have Googled over the last months. It describes the organising of relationships between groups of states and making coordinated responses. When countries sign up to these multilateral agreements, they are pursuing a common goal. They make statements about this and they act in accordance with those agreed parameters. This reduces uncertainty for all, as ideals are laid out clearly and decisions, both economic and humanitarian, can be made and followed up on with some sense of security and assurance. Countries seeking a multilateral approach sign up for philosophy. They may not agree to everything. But if there are no basic essential agreements, what is the point? They need to hold one another accountable. What is the point if a member state acts unilaterally? Why should it continue to have a place at the table for debate? As the UN describes in its website, the UN Charter codifies the major principles of international relations, from sovereign equality of states to the prohibition of the use of force in international relations. Maybe this is the reimagining that is part of this year's theme. Perhaps this reimagined multilateralism requires us to be able to accept that a country may hold two positions at the same time, a sort of Schrodinger's cat approach. By being both, for example, a multilateral part of the multilateral group, such as the UN, whilst acting unilaterally, and yet still remaining in the fold. We currently live in the most uncertain of times. We are witnessing what happens when a country acts unilaterally, deciding that debate is over and that civilians supporting the crossfire of goals of collateral damage. What happens next is anyone's guess, but the UN at least provides a vehicle for returning to the table to renegotiate positions in order to seek more certainty and safety for all. I hope as part of this year's conference you have learned to consider complex challenges and sought solutions that are thoughtful, considered, and humanitarian in nature. I should like to thank this year's Executive Committee for all their work in creating opportunities for debate. They have worked tirelessly and with great determination to ensure that COMUN continued despite the need for online measures. Well done to all of you. But I should mention Sanya in particular, who has worked throughout her years at COMUN with unrivaled commitment and enthusiasm. She has been unstoppable in her efforts to make this happen for everyone. I do hope that next year sees a return to the beautiful OSC campus for your practice debates and the opportunity for making connections across the island that this brings. I should also like to thank our COMUN teacher advisor and facilitator, Mr. Lundy. 2 years of online at COMUN has gone seamlessly, or at least he's made it look that way. And I should like to thank all the delegates for their involvement in COMUN this year. You brought your imagination, creativity and intellect to the event to make it such a success. If you enjoy this kind of learning and you're keen to question and make sense of the world around you, I should like to invite you to consider an application for this year's OSC Scholars Programme. Every year, OSC provides scholarships for students aged 14 and up to come study with us. OSC is the oldest international school in Sri Lanka, and we welcome students from over 15 countries to our beautiful campus to study a challenging and innovative international education programme, the International Baccalaureate. We value an inquiry approach, not embedded in textbooks, but in real-life challenges and opportunities for both action and collaboration. And it isn't just us who value these attributes. Top universities from around the world recognise the skills that a Nigerian student brings. If you're interested in applying for a full or partial scholarship, please do visit the admissions page of our website. Check it out. There's a wonderful video from former scholarship students to share their thoughts about the OSC experience. Thank you once again to all for a fantastic conference. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Mr. Quinn. We would now like to move on to the speech by our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Harsha Silva. We invite the Deputy Head of Community Service, Tamsin Dinasena, on stage to introduce the Chief Guest for this evening.
Good evening. On behalf of COMUN 2022, I warmly welcome our Chief Guest, Honorable Dr. Harsha Silva. A brief introduction into Dr. Harsha Silva. He was educated at the Royal College, Colombo, and earned a Bachelor's of Science in Business Management in 1988 from the Truman State University. He also received his Master's and PhD in Economics at the University of Missouri in 1993. In 2006, he was granted the honorary position of an Eisenhower Fellow by MIT. Prior to entering politics, he served in the DSCC Bank of Sri Lanka and also held the position of the Managing Director of the Nielsen Company of Sri Lanka. He entered politics in 2010 and has served in the positions of Foreign Affairs Minister of Sri Lanka, Minister of Economic Affairs and National Policies, and Minister of Economic Distribution. Due to his overwhelming popularity, especially among the youth of Sri Lanka, he was elected with a majority of 83,000 votes from the Colombo district in 2015 and an absolute majority in 2020 as well. On a more personal note, I would like to thank Uncle Harsha for taking the time to do the keynote speech, even though he had a host of prior commitments due to the prevailing political situation in Sri Lanka. Thus, on behalf of the Secretary General of COMUN 2022, Sanya Patrisha, I warmly welcome Dr. Harsha Silva, who is joining us via the live stream today. Thank you.
Dear members of the COMUN, thank you very much for the invitation to be present at your event this evening. Unfortunately, I am unable to be physically present, but nevertheless, I'm delighted to share in this short. On the topic we wanted me to speak a few minutes. Let me start. The COVID-19 pandemic is an unprecedented global challenge that affected more economies in the world and spare no country nor individual. However, the responses have been marred by a lack of international cooperation, mainly addressed through uncoordinated and isolated national responses, which led to inequity in combating the pandemic. Nevertheless, the pandemic also managed to highlight the importance of cooperation and multilateralism, which contributed to millions of vaccines and aid to be flowed, although delayed, from the developed world to the global south. And we saw many examples, for instance, vaccine everywhere, south helps south, and so on. The pandemic's response and impact in particular was unequal between the developed world and the global south, simply because the developed world was better equipped to handle a crisis economically and technologically. Uncertainty was far and wide in the developing world. We witnessed hundreds of thousands dying in the global south, while the world powers were stockpiling more vaccines than they actually required. Children in developing nations continued their education smoothly, while children in the global south were kept out of classrooms for over a year due to lack of technology. You saw in Sri Lanka how kids had to climb trees to get signal just to join the online class on a broken telephone. Countries handing out multiple stimulus checks to the citizens who stay home, while thousands were pushed to poverty elsewhere. In Sri Lanka, we witnessed the collapse of the middle class, and almost 500,000 people, according to the World Bank, were pushed into poverty. The inequality in combating the global crisis can only be mitigated through rigorous multilateralism efforts. Today, we live in a completely globalized world in which nations are more interconnected than ever before. This iPhone that I'm speaking to you on is made in 43 countries spanning across 6 continents as a part of a global production network. The economic collapse of one country in Asia may lead to a collapse of business factories in the Americas. Another example would be the ongoing chip shortage, which is forcing companies to adapt and cost the global automotive industry over $200 billion in revenue in 2021. Thus, it is crucial that countries unite and collectively find sustainable solutions to global crises that will reduce uncertainty and inequality. Multilateralism is at the core of initiating an equitable response to global challenges in trade relations, climate change, migration, and health crises, as it levels the playing field among states with different political and economic levels. Moreover, multilateral diplomacy is an effective safeguard against unilateralism and hegemonic ambitions of powerful states. Preserving and reimagining multilateralism is key to promoting and supporting the 3 pillars of the UN: peace and security, development and human rights. I believe the COVID-19 pandemic is an opportunity to learn and strengthen multilateral diplomacy in order to be prepared for future global challenges. I believe developed nations and organizations such as the UN, EU, SAR have a huge responsibility in making the world more equitable and bringing countries together in initiating a collective response. Moreover, reimagining multilateralism with human rights at the center is key in bringing us closer to meeting the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I hope you have a session rich of deliberations And I wish you all the very best. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Dr. Harsha De Silva, for this. We will now be moving on to this segment of the closing ceremony, which culminates these past 3 days of debate, the award ceremony.
To announce the awards for the third General Assembly, in which the topic reads, addressing the worsening of the refugee crisis with special emphasis on access to healthcare, education, and asylum. We would like to call on the Vice President, Dinendra Vijayarthan, Chair, Tasneem Manji, and Vice Chair, Vinay D'Souza, to present the awards.
Firstly, to announce the award for Best Novice Delegate, this award goes to the delegate of Germany.
To announce the Best FPS Award is the delegate of Mexico.
The honorary mention goes to the delegate of Iran.
The second honorary mention goes to the delegate of Iraq.
The Higher Commendation Award goes to the delegation of the UK.
And the best delegate goes to the delegate of Yemen.
Thank you very much, delegates of GM3. We had a ton of fun. I hope you guys did too.
To announce the awards for the fourth General Assembly, in which the topic reads political, infrastructural, and security state most fundamental stages. We would like to call on the Vice President, Damia Gurusingha, Chair, Vinuti Medagam, and Vice Chair, Danielle Degan, to present the awards.
First off, thanks to all the delegates who participated within our committee. We had a fun time chatting y'all and listening to all the foreign policy violations got brought out, including statements. We had a lot of fun time with the delegate of Australia as well. We seem to have a bone to pick with the head table. From all the delegates, those who weren't counted in points, unfortunately.
Firstly, the award for the best novice delegate goes to the delegate of China.
The award for the best foreign policy statement goes to the delegate of Iran.
First honorary mention goes to the delegate of Australia.
The second honorary mention award goes to the delegate of the USA.
The higher commendation award goes to the delegate of Israel.
Finally, the best delegate award goes to the delegate of France.
Delegates, as your chairs, it was an honor to moderate your debate this year. We enjoyed every bit of it and hope you did just as well as us. Thank you.
To announce the awards for the Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, in which the topic reads assessing the need for emergency law frameworks that deal with matters like anti-terrorism legislation and due process. We would like to call on the co-presidents, Arvin Ampudi and Ryan Silva, to present their words.
Thank you very much for giving us a great time.
Special mention and dedicated India who kept us entertained for all the periods. Great dancing skills. Best FPS award goes to the delegate of South Africa. Best honorary mention goes to the delegate of China. Next honorary mention goes to the delegate of France.
Our recommendation goes to the delegate of Russia. Certainly not the least, the best delegate award goes to the delegate of South Africa.
Congratulations to all delegates for the so proud of you to be a part of the
And I said it all for me.
To announce the awards for the Economic and Social Council, in which the topic reads Evaluating the Fragility of Emerging Markets and its Implications Towards the Continuity of International Trade. We would like to call on the Vice President, Imad Mohammed, Chair Kalakmi Patiraj, and Vice Chair Siddharth Jha to present.
Delegates, before we start, we want to thank each and every single one of you for the fruitful debate that you provided, as well as providing us with a wide array of solutions to this topic at hand. Without further ado, we want to announce the award for the best knowledge, which goes to the delegate of China.
The second honorary member, the best FPS.
The best part of the state goes to the delegate of Japan.
The second honorary mention goes to the delegate of UK. First honorary mention of US.
It was a very tight race between the best delegate and the higher commendation with a separation of only 5 points. The higher commendation award goes to the delegate of Bangladesh.
Finally, the prestigious Best Delegate Award goes to the delegate of Germany. Congratulations for a great conference.
To announce the awards for the African Union, in which the topic reads Analyzing the Insurgence of Military Rule and the Subsequent Need for Demilitarization. We would like to call on the co-presidents, Imad Mashur and Berun Rajatari, to present their awards.
Those delegates, we both just want to say thanks for an incredibly intense debate over all 3 days. And your constantly interesting and it was extremely fun for us. So to start with, started with the best FPS, which was the delegate of Sudan. Mentioned delegate of D.
The next two awards for the toughest decision we have had to make. Both delegates truly spearheaded intense rounds of lobbying and debate throughout the course of 3 days. With a separation of nearly 2 points, our honorary high commendation award goes to the delegate of Ethiopia. And our best delegate award goes to the state of Ethiopia.
To announce the awards for the Futuristic Security Council, in which the topic raised the second Cold War, we would like to call on the President Dimula Karunarathne and Vice President Samira Nizar to present their awards.
So, all delegates, thank you for a wonderful day. Special mention to the delegate of China for entertaining the entire committee with his very bad jokes. But
Delegates of the seat you are watching, thank you for the journey that you've been through with us. I'm sure, and it's Anushka and Tony, and the most dysfunctional committee updates, so also the most efficient committee updates for China. So, moving on to the best questions that we had in the committee. This one goes to the delegate of Russia.
The honorable mention award goes to the delegate of Venezuela.
Seems to be a trend within the committees, but this is also the hardest position we have to make. We love these two delegates. We've chaired one of these delegates before actually we chaired last year. And the point margin between those two delegates, just 1 point. I know. We've already into our seats too. Without further ado, the recommendation one goes to the delegate of China.
This delegate award goes to the delegate of the United States of America.
We really appreciate all the time that it's not the easiest. I'm sure maybe you would have shoes and thank you so much.
To announce the awards for the International Press Corporations, we would like to call on the head, Chatma Punchiheo, and the deputy heads, Fernando and Mama Hussein, to present their awards.
The higher commendation award goes to the journalist of Fox News from the Futuristic Security Council.
Best Journalist Award goes to the journalist of Prensa Latina for the General Assembly. To all the journalists who are watching from the live stream, on behalf of all of your channels, we really enjoy reading and looking at your articles. We especially love seeing the growth between the article we submitted on PD1 and the article we submitted yesterday. And we especially love all your scathing remarks on different delegates in different committees and opinions of them. It's very Moving on to the currencies. From the block formed between the Third General Assembly and the African Union. The Best Crisis Delegate Award goes to the delegate of Yemen.
From the bloc formed between the Fourth General Assembly and the Economic and Social Council, the Best Crisis Delegate Award goes to the delegate of the United States of America.
From the bloc formed between the Futuristic Security Council and the Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, the Best Crisis Delegate Award goes to the delegation of Russia.
Lastly, the IPC Award for the Best News Agency goes to Sputnik.
Congratulations to all award winners. To make a committee successful, both chairs and delegates alike must work effectively. However, without the support of the administrative staff, committee sessions would not have run as seamlessly as they did. To commemorate these individuals, we would now like to invite the head of administration, David Morris, and the deputy heads of administration, Devishka Chandrasekhar and Rukhaya Farooq, to present the awards.
For the past 2 days, we watched intently as all the admins worked diligently with the rest of the expo. An administrator must work behind the scenes, as you all know, to ensure that the conference runs smoothly, and I think each and every one of you did that to the best of your ability, and we're all very proud of you.
So on behalf of Devishka, David and myself, and as well as the rest of the executive committee, we'd like to thank each and every one of our admins for all the time and effort. I'm sure everyone will agree with me when I say that you guys brought a sense of spirit that really livened the conference. Now Devishka will pull the medals out of his jacket and we will give them to you.
The High Commendation Award for the administrative staff member goes to Anushka Desai. The award for the Best Administration Staff Member goes to, please, Tatiana Deva. Thank you to all the admins that did that. And the moment we have all been waiting for. The awards for the Executive Committee for Colombo Operated Model United Nations 2022. These are the individuals who worked tirelessly in order to give all the delegates who attended this year's conference a memorable experience. We would like to call upon the Secondary School Principal of the Overseas School of Colombo, Ms. Claire McQuillan, the COMUN Faculty Advisor, Dr. Nadine, and the Secretary General, Sanya Richa, to present their
All right. Okay. For the best chair, now we're going to make that plural. Best chairs award. The the reason why we've done this because me and Shaheen, I remember calling Shaheen in the night at like 11:30, and I was like, I can't give it to one person. I just can't. Like, if I give this award to one person, the other one will, like, it won't just be fair. All right, cooperate with us. And we're sorry we didn't inform you of this chairs before. All right, because we didn't want to give it away. Anyways, so our best chairs. I don't know what to say about these people. I mean, these people have worked tirelessly. I mean, I've not seen them once move from their place. And, you know, even like the entirety of this committee, I mean, I loved watching your debate. And I'm so very proud of you two as chairs. And I could not have asked for a better committee to represent, two better chairs to represent this committee. And we put this committee with our wholeheartedness. I remember Shaheen recommending this committee, and she was like, I want the very best people, and I think we've done that. All right, so 2 best chairs goes to Venuk and Iman. I was really impressed. I'm not even appreciating your like 2 of some of the most dedicated people I've ever seen. And I'm so happy that at least one of you is going to be carrying over in next year, and you'll be really over next year's conference. All right, moving on to the best non-chair. I don't need to say anything for this. I think everybody knows who's won this award, guys, please. I think you've seen this person work so much. And call me at 12:30 at night and say, Sonia, we don't have a medal design for the tech team yet. And we're so scared. And we need to send the medal awards tomorrow. So I know who this person is. We know who this person is. It goes to David Martin. And to my rest, the executive committee, you were no less, and you were some of the best people I've ever worked with, and I would really want you to applaud yourself as well.
Once again, congratulations everyone. We would now like to invite the Under Secretary General, Shaheen Abdul Ghani, to speak with you.
Sorry, it's not going to be a few words, a little bit more than that. Bear with me, everyone. Good evening to Ms. Clara Philip, Secretary Principal of the Overseas School in Colombo, COMUN Faculty Advisor Dr. Daniel Landing, members of the Secretariat, members of the Executive Committee, faculty advisors, delegates, admins, and to everyone else who joined us here today. It is a great honor and privilege I stand here today as the Under Secretary General of the 28th session of Colombo Model United Nations, giving my final speech before finally concluding my 7-year-long Model UN journey. It truly is very bittersweet. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the management of the Overseas School in Colombo for helping us put together what is known to be one of the most prestigious Model UN conferences in the entirety of the island, where they may be allowing us to host our practice debates on campus, making last-minute payments to all our suppliers, or calmly dealing with the million calls we made to the business office, both on weekdays and weekends. Spare the second, please. We surely could not have done this without you. We're truly very, very grateful. So when Sania first mentioned that I had to make a speech, which then sounded like a vote of thanks, I
I foolishly assumed that it will take me 30 minutes to complete. I written a million speakers and speeches and sent a million moderated caucus debate speeches. How hard could this be? How foolish of me. I stayed up last night for over 2.5 hours and didn't complete it even till the very last minute of the closing ceremony, because it's almost impossible to say thank you to people who went on to become my best friend, my support system, and basically my extended family. Sanya calls we're certainly a family. So please excuse me if this is going to take a little bit longer. Sanya, our Secretary General, who despite being swamped with deadlines throughout the 9 months, always attended our Tuesdays, weekly evening meetings, and she'd then deal with Danica being late every time. And with her comes a very famous notebook and sticky notes, on which she had prepared an agenda every single week. We quickly ran through the list of things that we had to discuss before quickly going on to bully Danica. I'll come to him in just a minute. Sanya, it's because of you that the past 9 months have felt like an absolute breeze, and we did not feel the pressure of creating what is known to be Sri Lanka's oldest model UA conference. Also, extra brownie points to Sanya for done things. Sorry, Expo, only the sex got that. Danica, our President of General Assemblies, what I love about Danica is that he boldly broke the common misconception that it's usually the ladies who are always late, as he was always fashionably late to every event he had, right from our chair workshops all the way to day 3 of conference. Loved your consistency, Danica. You really understand. Aisha, our head of operations. I truly must give her all the credit for all the calls that she made to the business office, making sure that we were receiving and making our payments on time. Trust me when I tell you, she's made a lot of them. It's not even funny at this point. Also, she was the one who got us this beautiful location and some amazing 3 days of great food. Saisha had to prepare everything. That David, the first time ever, had made Alaska with me. It truly was life-changing, wasn't it, David? David, our head of administrating staff. I know for a fact, Sanya, Danica, Saisha, and I obviously agree that David has hands up got to be the sweetest person in the world. He'll give you diabetes. I'm not going to. I got to know David last year when I and Danica basically bribed our then head of administration to give David to us. We basically claimed him from the first Paris debate, and he hasn't changed since. He's always the one that's raising his hand on Zoom to make points, telling us of never starting a conversation, I hope I'm not disturbing, and his million thank yous. Yet somehow, David always manages to give us a mini heart attack. Good news or bad for David, it's always in the gaps. Dr. Lahi, our faculty advisor, whether it may be asking us for our opinion on his haircut, giving his opinion on his haircut, stories about his adventures and trips, making sure that Sanya, Saisha and I took care of our eyesight and wearing glasses with blue light filters, and even asking us about our whereabouts when our Zoom backgrounds would change. He has truly always been there for us. Dr. Rani, you are basically the father of not only the COMUN Secretariat, but even the entire executive community. Thank you so much. And this conference would certainly have not been as memorable as it were if it weren't for our amazing executive committee. Let's just say that they were worth every headache we went through. So let's quickly tell everyone a couple of things about our expo, Dinetra, who honestly justifies the praise live at the party. There's no one you would find more interested than Dinetra. Tasneem, who certainly qualifies to be a high school tour guide for any
any prospective high school student out there, but who sadly does lose the title of COMUN's slow speaking chair by a 0.25 margin. I love our points. Gwyneth, who was, is, and who will continue to be what the Netherlands refer to be the most dedicated chair they've ever seen, with great foresight. Then, of course, my GFO. Daniel has always aspired to be a trendsetter. But he didn't do such a good job when he was writing hotels papers. But better luck next time, trendsetter. You go get it. Oops. Vinuki, who is truly what I know to be a ray of sunshine and has the brightest smile any time of the day. Oh, but you can't keep falling, Ravi. Daniel, who has truly made me believe that there's some sort of curse that I have with Apple products. Because when I'm around, they're never working. The moment I step and I get up and walk away, magically it starts working. I wonder why. Give it up for the GA for Emma for chairing what the entire executive committee would agree to be the most boring committee. But without a single complaint, thank you for being so strong. Kalatmi for being smaller than both Iman and Sid, but yet making sure to assert a dominance on them both. We love you, Kala. For congratulations, beating Tasneem and going on to claim the title of being COMUN's slowest speaking chair. It's slower than the lullaby. For humbly accepting that all his delegates think Raya is the better chair. A lot of humility over there. Raya goes on to beat Artif and claim the title of the CCBCJ's favorite chair. Wow. Great fashion, everybody. Give it up for the CCBCJ. I'm biased, but I like to think of my most efficient committee. The two people who work smoothly as butter. I've said it from the very beginning. I'm not going to lose the opportunity to say it now. Venut apparently rocks the pineapple haircut according to one of his delegates. You please be with it. You please decide. And Emma, who is certain to be in some sort of rap battle, and received standing ovation from both the executive committee and his delegates today, who will certainly help to improve his self-esteem, which was shattered yesterday. Thank you, the African women. Then to the Security Futuristic Council. The two people who wish to be as efficient as Iman and Samira, for being truly very nice to her delegates, but still somehow losing the title to SC's favorite chair. And Singular, who proved to be torturing his delegates by giving them 10-second statements, but still not somehow claiming the title of being the committee's favorite chair. You guys weren't as good as Iman and put your little second. The security and then of course committee, which I personally have never experienced, but people who have experienced swear by the International Press Corps. Sharma, for having a very severe mental addiction. She ran around yesterday in her fine shield, stealing mentos from all several tables. You must just give it up for those athletic skills, everyone. Kept for always having the perfect wing eyeliner, and that's not even an exaggeration. And you'll never find a petty flaps. I'm telling you, one of these days you're going to see her talk, start protesting against him. She loves her heels. And of course, Mama, who allegedly stole Anushka's parents' light. Only Anushka could tell us. But in her defense, she did try looking for the owner. Probably not hard enough. Give it up for the International Press Corps. Equally to the chairs, we had people who are not chairs. So, Vishka and Kaya, who I call them, and Ruki. Thank you so much
much for being the best two people I personally like in the non-chairs, except like David, but just below David. Thank you so much for being so absolutely friendly and rookie. Whenever I look at the McDonald's driver next time, I'm going to remember you complaining for like 45 minutes. So thank you guys for the endless memories that we have created together. The Vishka might go on to become a famous artist. Everybody get his autograph many years later. And then, of course, our triplets, Devini, Devin, and Darcy. Thank you so much for heading the community service program, which the entire Secretariat and Executive Committee is extremely grateful to you for. It's truly very important to give back to the community, and it has always been one of the foremost standing principles. And Devini for joining Crazy Saisha on the million calls that she makes to work new business office. I'm surprised we're not there anymore. And of course, this speech could not have been complete without our awesome admins, everybody. Please give them a round of applause. Remember their names, and I still embarrassingly ask Anushka to please tell me who that is. But she screams and says, oh, you don't know who that is. But Anushka, I know all of them now. So, Atif, Amrit, Kiran, Vedha, Siddesh, Hitesh, Rajesh, Riyan, Vedha, Anushka, Kavini, Tash, Sanaya, and Shreya. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And then, of course, the people I think the Secretariat loves the most right now, and you'll see why and why, our awesome tech team over here. Did trouble them this morning when we took like 30 minutes to make the same video, but they didn't say anything. It's appalling. Thank you so much for all the hard work that you guys have done, right from the beginning opening video to the video that you guys have seen now, which I'm very excited to see. And then, of course, our delegates and faculty advisors who join us via the live stream. All of this we have done for you, and we hope that you enjoyed this experience as much as we have putting it together. We have truly been extremely humbled and excited to see you, not in person but online even, and we hope for better luck next year. We hope to see you all on the OSC campus. I want to see the Instagram page having like people walking around the OSC campus and a cute boomerangs. Everyone knows I love boomerangs, please. And with that, I think I concluded thanking everybody who has been involved in COMUN this year. And for those of you who I missed, I'm so generous sorry for this being literally killing me. But you guys truly have been the absolute best. And I can't think of a better ending to a 7-year-long journey than it being all of you all. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I tell myself this is truly very, very bittersweet. Thank you all for being the absolute best, and good luck. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Shani. We'd now like to ask everyone to divert their attention to the screen for the official closing video for COMUN 2022.
Thank you, Tech Team, for that video. We would now like to call upon the COMUN Faculty Advisor, Dr. Lundin, to address the gathering.
Delegates, guests, friends and family, all of us gathered here today. Two messages, I guess, as your father. First thing I'd like to say is congratulations. You guys did it. You wind back the clock a year from now, a year from today, you guys remember we just went back into lockdown. We had to start this entire track together. It was a long journey, but you did it. My congratulations to you. I'm proud of you for what you've done. The second thing is thank you. Last 2 years, we've had a lot of bad news that's constantly coming out every day. You guys are the future. You give me hope. Because you're showing me the better parts of humanity. That's all I have for today. Congratulations. Take a big breath.
Thank you, Dr. Landin. Lastly, to close this year's conference, we would like to invite the Secretary General for COMUN 2022, Sanya Pasricha, to officiate this year's conference close.
I really don't want to do this. All right. I think we're going to miss this most, and this moment feels unreal to me. I can still remember where we started in April 2021, the 5 minutes, laughing, bickering, roasting Danica, complaining, and telling Dr. Nandine our life plans. We've come a long way. From all the months of work to taking 2-second emergency calls from David at 12 a.m. saying the trophy place has run out of gas. This journey has been nothing but special to me. Let me just say that this year's expo was interesting, witty, funny, clumsy, yet such an amazing group of talented individuals. I don't think I've ever worked with such a group. At times, yes, the never attending meetings from the gym was very interesting. Other than that, we have a lot of productive conversations. Now I know I have a lot of thank yous to say, but they also hold so much value, so please bear with me. I remember sitting in a room with Ms. Colvin and Dr. Lundin saying, I want to make this conference the best that we've ever had. I think with this year's Expo, admins, delegates, and the COMUN faculty, we have made them possible. The dedication and rigor that they have worked with are commendable, and I cannot thank everyone enough for making my last conference so memorable. Dr. Lundin, on behalf of the Secretariat and the Expo, we thank you. For all the times that you listened to the things that the Expo and I have said that made absolutely no sense, to the time that you directed us to a better outcome. We could not have asked for a better support system for COMUN this year. Can we please applaud Dr. Lundin? To my Secretariat and Expo, I'm sorry for all the times I've panicked about something with y'all in the meeting. All the time I cause breakout rooms when your conversations is just peaked. And on behalf of Secretariat and I, when we've been too strict. We honestly and truly love all of you, and I thank you for the support that you've given us. I would like to mention David. You've been nothing but the most awesome and kind human I think I've ever met. The dedication that he has worked with is phenomenal. Even though you make questionable choices, we love and appreciate you for all that you've done for us. I don't think I could have survived Debian without you, and school in general. Thank you for making the most last-minute payments for us. You were a ray of hope through this journey. I think this person deserves a special mention because she has had all of our backs always. This is our USG Shaheen. From picking our panic spam calls at the most random times to listening to us questionably weird ideas, She has been the most considerate, passionate, and deserving individual. I could not have done this without you. Can we please have a huge round of applause for our secretary? Now to the most amazing group of admins, delegates, and IPCs. I know it's not been an easy time for all of you online, and I hope in the near future, as everyone has said, you can be present here with us physically. It is fantastic to see, and I mean it, it is absolutely fantastic to see the passion that you all have for conference. Being in front of a screen for 8 hours, 3 days straight is amazing, and an achievement in and of itself. Talking about achievements, I'm also aware that awards may hold a certain value, but I want to say that they're not everything you come to conference for. I'm incredibly proud of each and every one of you, no matter if you won an award or not, and I think the chairs are testimonial to this. We stand by you and are so proud of your efforts this year. Can we please applaud our EXCO, our delegates, our IPCs, and our admins. Special mention to everybody who started this journey with me and are ending it with me. You know who you all are. I could not be more proud of all of you. I'm sitting in the back of GA3 in crisis, being Spain and Spain, and all we did was meet mentors and then talk about how we could engage in debate because we did not know what we were doing at that time. To meeting Vicky for the first time in our faculty advisors meeting and talking to her endlessly, even though I was supposed to be talking in front of them. I am so very proud of both of you, and you have made me so happy, and I will miss you both dearly. Thank you to my family, who's sitting right here, for making this 4-year journey possible, and for motivating me to live up to this honorable post. And finally, I don't think we can ever say enough goodbyes or thank yous, as Shaheen said. And Shaheen, thank you so much for saying everything about the entirety of this expo, because I could not have put it in better words. Alright, you all know what comes next, and trust me, I don't want to do this. I have had the most fun 3 days, and I will miss you all truly, and I love all of you so much. It has been my pleasure and my absolute honor. By the power vested in me as Secretary General of COMUN 2022, I officially declare the session closed.
Thank you everyone for joining, and we hope to see you next year.
Thank you.